Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sammy George, and today we are talking about hooded eyes. So you know that skin that kind of hangs over your lid and hides the crease of your eyes and makes it really hard to see all of the different eyeshadow colors that you have on? Yep, that's the topic for today's video. So if you'd like to check it out, please stick around. As always, I would love for you to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And thanks for being here. Okay, you guys, we might have to get a little bit closer than normal so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But today we are talking about the easiest way to take two eyeshadow colors and get a beautiful eye look by recreating your crease and adding a pop of brightness on your eye. It's seriously so simple once you know like how to combat the dreaded hood. So what is a hooded eye? So do you see how my crease back here is hidden when I look forward, and all you can see is that little sliver of lid space? That is because the excess skin on my eyelid comes down, it covers my crease, and essentially creates a hood. So if you don't have a hooded eye, it's really normal to take your eyeshadow, carve out that crease, add your pop of color on the lid, and you are done. Well, if you do have a hooded eye, you can't see the crease. And here, I'm gonna show you really quick. So let me take this little matte shade here, and I'm gonna put some of this in the crease. Now, when I look forward, it's gone. That's because my crease is hidden inside this area right here. So when I look forward, it can't be seen. So essentially all we're gonna do is create a new crease. So not only are we gonna put our eyeshadow on the crease, but we're also gonna put it up onto the base of the hood to give the illusion of a larger, more open eye, and like we have more lid space to create an eyeshadow look with. Hopefully you guys can see this okay, but all I'm gonna do is take a little bit of shadow on my brush and tap off the excess, and now I'm gonna look straight forward, and I'm actually looking forward. I'm tapping that product onto the part of my eyelid that is still visible when I look forward. So this is above my current crease, and that's where I'm gonna draw my new crease. So now I'm just gonna windshield wiper back and forth. Have this little mirror here. I'm just going back and forth. Can do some little circles to make sure we're blended well. And now when I look forward, you can see the shadow that's on my eye because it's no longer just in the crease, but it's up on that base of the hood, which is visible when I look forward. So now we have created a new crease. Let me show you again. Over here, we dotted it on, and now we're gonna windshield wiper back and forth. If you wanna tilt your head back a little bit to make sure that you're getting it up into the crease and onto the hood so that it blends really well, you can totally do that. But when you're done, make sure you put your chin back down and look forward and make sure that you can see that new crease on both eyes, then you're good to go. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that same color and I'm gonna apply it in the outer corner. Now all I'm doing is creating a little bit of dimension. So we kind of contour our eyes the same way we contour our face, and we wanna create this kind of upward and out almond shape, and we just do that with this little bit of shadow outside here in the corner, and that way everything is blended really well. We don't have any harsh lines. Like one of the keys to a really nice eyeshadow look is to make sure that you don't have like areas where one color just starts and another one stops, but it's really nicely blended all together. And we can clean up that outer corner if we need to. I'm gonna take that same brush, but I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm going to halo underneath my eye. So I'm getting this underneath my lash line, and I'm doing this in lieu of a liner because sometimes I feel like a dark black eyeliner is a little bit harsh on my mature eye. So if I use this mid-tone matte color underneath the eye and connect it here, now we have a beautiful eye look with just that one color. And here's something that's really important to note that I should have said before. The color that you're using to create your new crease should be a mid-tone or like a medium tone matte shade. So Seint has a plethora of colors, right? We have like our light and bright colors, and this is the mid-tone mattes that I was talking about. So mid-tone just means like medium. It's essentially, it's a transition shade. It's not meant to be the star of the show. If it's too light, you're not gonna see it. If it's too dark, it will actually close our eye off. So these colors, these glitters, and these darker matte shades, those are not the ideal ones. These dark shades are what's gonna actually close the eye off. But here's why, while these are like the fun favorites that everybody loves to wear, you wanna reserve those for the lid, because when I'm creating that new crease, this is the area of the most texture on the eye. And sometimes when we use a glitter or a shimmer in an area of texture, it just increases that look of texture because the light reflects off of it, drawing our texture forward. And the goal is, let's draw that texture back. So just like we contour our face and use darkness to recede, we're using that same darkness to make our hood look smaller, to recess it back. That's gonna let like our lid be the star of the show. And that's where your glitters and your shimmers and all of that can go. Regardless of age, you can absolutely wear a glitter or a shimmer on the lid. I actually think it looks beautiful when you do because it really reflects your eyes forward. But when it comes to that crease shade and creating a new crease, we want to stick to a medium tone matte. If you need recommendations from the Seint website, I'm so happy to help you. No big deal. We can talk about whether you like warm colors, cool colors, if you're like in the mauve ranges or the green ranges, I totally got you. I added my mid-tone matte halo under this eye, and now all we have left is to add that lighter and brighter color to the lid. And I'm just gonna use my finger and then I'll smooth it out with a brush. But I'm just gonna take this really coral, kind of an orangey coral color, and I'm gonna pop that onto the lid. The reason that I'm using my finger is because it does have some shimmer and some glitter to it. Really good color payoff pigment-wise, but it also really helps it not to fall on to my face below. I have a little bit more control than I do if I was using the bristles of a brush. And then I'm just gonna take my brush and smooth it out, but I'm just going to the inner corner of the eye, sweeping this across to where we have brought that color in on the outside. And remember, because it's lighter and brighter, it's gonna draw people's attention to the actual pupils of your eye, and it's gonna reflect light. So you can easily like mask a hooded eye with just two colors, a mid-tone matte, creating your new crease, adding a little bit of dimension on the outside, and then really carving out the eye nicely with that halo underneath, and then a light and bright pop of color onto the lid, and it can be that simple. You can certainly build this up into more of a dramatic eye look with some brightener under the brow and on the tear duct, some deeper, darker tones in the outer corner, but for hooded eye basics, this is it. So I'm gonna take my brush and just make sure that this is distributed evenly over the lid and that I really work this in to the wrinkles that I have on my eyelid, because I don't want to get any creasing if possible, though it is pretty difficult with the amount of wrinkles that I have on my lid, but I just wanna make sure that it's distributed evenly across the lid. And then let's go back to our eyeshadow. Let me find my eyeshadow brush. We'll do one last blend, add mascara, and I'll be right back. I thought I might need to come even a little bit closer so that you could see the finished look. So do you see how we have created a new crease on the eye? So now we can see that color that typically gets consumed by our hood. We have the light and bright color on the lid, so now our eyes pop, and that's our simple 2-shade look to really have a lovely, beautiful eye look, even with a hooded eye. So if you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to ask in the comment, or you can email me directly. That is down in the description. Or if you need some suggestions on what eye colors to pair together, like what is a mid-tone matte, Sammy, and what maybe lid shade would look nice to go with that, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to help. And I thank you guys, as always, for being here. We'll see you next week.